What's up, Sacred Men? Welcome back to the Sacred Men YouTube channel. This is Pastor Justin. We have had a little bit of a break for summer. Hopefully you have enjoyed some vacation time with your family and friends. You've enjoyed some downtime. Maybe you got some golf in, some good family time. I hope it's been restful and refreshing to you. It has been for me and my family, and I'm stoked. I got to marry a few people, officiate their weddings this summer. So that was really cool. And got some time out of the pulpit, got to golf a bunch, go on vacation with the family. And now things are starting to ramp back up. Our calendar is pretty free and clear at the church in July. And then obviously as the kids start going back to school and we get back in kind of that academic calendar rhythm, things start picking up at Sacred City. They pick up at the school. That means they pick up in our home, and we've got more responsibilities. And I was reading in my Bible, just my devotional time this summer, and I came across this verse. It's probably familiar to all of you. We've all talked about one of our responsibilities as a man is to bear one another's burdens. But something stood out to me this time, and I want to briefly bring it to your attention. Galatians 6:1-5, it says, "But brothers, if anyone is caught in any transgression," that means sin, "you who are spiritual should restore him in a spirit of gentleness," meaning we have a responsibility to be our brother's keeper. We're to help our brothers in Christ, follow Christ, put away their sin. And then it goes, "Keep watch on yourself, lest you too be tempted. Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ." So here we've got this burden bearing, this carrying weight for other men, helping other men put away their sin and follow Christ. And he goes on, "For if anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let each one test his own work, and then his reason to boast will be in himself alone and not in his neighbor." So we're to help one another. And that means sometimes we're going to need help from one another. But the goal isn't to always need help from other people, right? To always be dependent upon other people. He says this, he goes on, this is the verse that jumped out at me. "For each will have to bear his own load." Each will have to bear his own load. Meaning we were made to carry weight. We were made to fight our sin. We were made to be responsible for our families, for our wives, for ourselves, for our business, for our church. We were made to carry weight. And you've heard me say this statement before. I think I heard it from Mark Driscoll, that men are like trucks and they drive straighter with a heavy load. And we can push away from that because we're tired, we're stressed out, all these things. We want an easy life, but we're meant to lean into it. And as I was thinking, every responsibility we have, every commitment we make to one woman, to one church, to one missional community, to one fight club, every child that we add to our family, we are taking on more weight, and that's good for us. And all of us are going to have a different load that we're going to be able to carry. 20 years ago, I could only carry so much, and I could only be responsible for so much because I didn't have the character and the virtue and the experience and the wisdom to carry any more. Like I wanted more, but I wasn't ready for it. And now I can carry a lot more. And there's men in our church who can carry more than me. The goal, though, is to each one of us to bear our own load. And I started thinking about that and this concept of rucking. If you're familiar with rucking is simply walking with a load on your back. That's it. Walking under load. And we don't do that very much today, but I think it's a good analogy or metaphor for the Christian man's walk with Christ and carrying weight. And so I've been talking about this for a while, but I finally want to put something on the calendar. I want to have a Sacred Men's event the first Saturday in September, September 6th. That's the day after the New City Gala. And I want to meet at the church. I want to be meeting at the church at 6:45 a.m. I'd like to be leaving by 7 a.m. And here's my idea. My idea is that we ruck together, that we go on a long walk together, carrying some weight on our backs, and we build camaraderie together. We build brotherhood together. And this mentally kind of sets us up for this coming school year, right? Our kids were in summer all summer long, obviously. And now as they enter school, that means there's going to be more responsibility on us. We're going to have to help with homework. We're going to have to make sure they're getting everything done. We're going to have to make sure they get to the sporting events on time. We're going to have our discipleship of them doesn't lessen, it increases, right? And so I think it would be good for us as brothers to come together, bear our own load, and if necessary, bear one another's burdens. And here's my idea. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You could have a weighted vest. You could have any backpack that you've got. And my idea is we plan on a 2-hour ruck. Okay. We leave from the church. We hike 1 hour out and turn around and come 1 hour back. That means the distance would be determined by your pace, right? You walk slower, you go less distance, and you turn around and you come back. I think 2 hours of walking is doable for most of us. And then to make it a little more difficult for us, I think we should add some weight to our back, right? Add some weight to our backpack. You could just have a backpack on and carry some water in there. Or what I'm recommending is you add 5 pounds to your backpack per child that you are responsible for. But if you're a single man or you're a young man who's only got 1 or 2 kids and you've got a plan for more, you add 5 pounds to your backpack for how many kids either you have or you want to have. So if you've got 1 right now, but you're planning for 4, put 20 pounds in that backpack and let's do this thing. That's just an idea. You don't have to put anything on your back if you don't want to. If your fitness limits it, then it would make sense not to put anything there. If you want to go more than that, and you think a 2-mile ruck or a 2-hour ruck, which at my pace would be probably about 6.4 miles or something like that. I usually walk about, I think it's 3.2 miles per hour with a ruck on. If you want to go heavier, go heavier. That's great. I think we can challenge ourselves by the speed at which we walk and by the weight at which we carry. But we're all going for 2 hours. And if our brother needs help, we can help bear his burdens, right? We can take some of that weight out of his pack and we can carry it ourselves for a little ways while he recovers. And my goal in the future would be to do this fairly consistently. And I would like to get to one day having an event where it's more like an endurance event. It's more like, I'm just 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. And who can just keep walking, for 8 hours. I think that would be like a gauntlet style event or like a rite of passage type of event. And I think it'd be pretty great. So I know this is kind of last minute, but I've been talking about it for a while. Finally, so let's put it on the calendar. September 6th, Saturday, 7 a.m. we leave. Anybody can join this. So if you got a neighbor that wants to do it, you got a friend that wants to do it, you got a guy at the gym wants to do it. I'm trying to rope in the Die Tribe guys and New City Fitness and get these guys out. I think it'd be a great day. Get a cup of coffee, meet here at 6:45, bring some water with you, maybe a snack, and put it in that backpack and let's walk. We'll walk to the bike path and then we'll take off from there, right? And it'll just be out and back. So 1 hour out, 1 hour back, be back by 9 a.m. and you still got all day to be with your family. So I'm pretty stoked about this, guys. I think it's a great opportunity to kind of set our minds, set our hearts on carrying weight in this new school season and in this new academic year. That just brings more responsibility to us, whether it's discipleship of our kids, whether it's leaning into our missional community responsibilities, or whether it's taking our fitness serious and taking our bodies serious to glorify God. I think it's a great opportunity to put those things forward and do them together and maybe suffer a little bit together. I think it's always good for us. So 7 a.m., September 6th, right here at the church. We'll meet in the parking lot. Anybody that can come. And we're going to be rucking together. So weighted vest, backpack, or just nothing. If you don't think you can do it with a weight on, totally cool. Just come and let's walk together. So, all right, guys, if you got any questions, you can ask them down below. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you at this event. I think it's be a great time together. Talk to you soon. Later.